Hi friends, Susan Campfield here with SueStampfield.com. Welcome to my stamp room. I'm so excited you're here tonight. We're going to play with stamps, ink, and paper. Thanks for hanging out with me, and thank you for making and sending handmade cards. You are absolutely making the world a kinder place with every card that you send. So thank you for all that you do. You're amazing. And I hope these videos give you a little bit of inspiration so that you want to make and send even more cards. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in. We're making a fun fold card tonight. I'll show you what fun fold we're making. We're actually we're going to use the same fun fold that we made on Saturday night, but with different products. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, I'm going to go to the desktop. Oh, I want to remind you, I do send out free project sheet emails. If you're not subscribed, you can go to SueStampfield.com, click on sign up for free project sheets, and then you'll get my emails. I send about 2 a month. With a free project sheet that match up with some of my videos. So let me know in the comments if this faux step fold card is one that you would like to see a project sheet on. Let's go ahead and let's make that go away, and let's hit this button. Oh yay, the buttons are working. That is fantastic. Okay, so on Saturday night, we made this faux step fold card with the Pretty Florals bundle. Now, Pretty Florals is part of a suite. It's in the annual catalog, and right now Stampin' Up! Is having a sale on suites and suite products. It's a BOGO sale, so buy one suite product and get a second suite product for 50% off. Or you can buy an entire suite and get a second suite for 50% off. Either work. So this is the one that we made on Saturday with the Pretty Florals from the catalog. Tonight we're going to make one with floral impressions from the online exclusives. So let's go ahead and dive right in here. How do I want to do this? I am not sure which direction I want to go on the designer paper. So let's start with our card base construction, and then we'll get into the fine details of decorating it and see which way we want to go. And I would love your help in deciding which way we want to go. Tanya says that step fold project sheet would be great. Fantastic. So this is a faux step fold. The actual step fold, you actually cut, do a partial cut in the cardstock, and then you pop this bit out, which takes some real precision with your paper trimmer, and I find it a little challenging sometimes. This way is much easier. So that is why, in case you're wondering why it's called a faux step fold card, that is why. So I've got my paper trimmer here. We're going to take our cardstock. Now this is thick basic white. I like, with this particular card, I like the thicker white instead of the standard one, but you can do whichever you want. So we're going to open this up and we're going to score this. This is 4 1/4 by 11. This is our card base. And then we're going to go ahead and score this at 1 inch. Let's see here. 1 inch. 1 inch. You prefer this version of the step fold? Yeah, I do too. It's easier. And 2 inches. And then at 6 1/2 inches. So I'm going to need to extend the arm of the trimmer here to all the way here, and we're going to go to 6 1/2 inches. Now I haven't actually made this card yet, so I'm hoping you'll help me design it, and I don't know what it's going to look like for sure. All right, so we've got our card base scored. While we're at it, we're going to score the tent piece that goes on the center of the card. That's this portion here, and that one is 2 1/2 by 11, and we're going to score it at 5 1/2 inches. Okay. Another vote for a project sheet. So yeah, I think, oh, that's a good point. And not only is it easier to do, it stands a little bit nicer. I think that's why I'm using the thick. I feel like it stands a little better, at least in the white. If I was using the color of cardstocks, those are thicker anyway. All right, so we're going to do a little folding on here. We're going to do some accordion folding. So I'm going to start with, boy, this is thick stuff. It's so opulent to use thick. So I'm going to make a mountain fold followed by a valley fold. So that's that 1 inch, that's the 2 inch. And then we have one more, and that one is going to be a mountain as well. Now, clearly, I need a bone folder here to get a good crease on all these. Oh gosh, you guys, we're off to the races already. Oh, found it. There are two of them hiding together there. All right, found my bone folder. So I'm going to give these a nice sharp crease. Take a sip, friends. I am a messy crafter. If you haven't watched my videos before, we play a little game here. It's called the Found It game. And when I lose something and then I find it again, we all say found it and we take a sip. And I hope that's a game that you play at home, because it gets so dang frustrating when you had something in your hands 2 seconds ago and it goes missing. But when you play the Found It game, it makes it a little less frustrating. So let me know what's in your cup tonight. I have water in my cup. We're out of ice, so I only have water, which is making me sad. I'm trying to convince my son to go get us some ice because we're out. Our ice maker does not work. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a crease here. So that's that tent piece that we scored. And you can see how this card is going to go together. Now here's where you know what, I think let's die cut the things that we're going to embellish our card with, because we're going to use designer paper on this card. Now, this version that I made on Saturday, I used embossed pieces, embossed panels to decorate the sides, and an embossed panel to decorate the tinted part. This time we're going to use designer paper on those pieces. And I have a couple options and I want you to vote, but we might need to know what's going on our card to fully decide. So we're going to start by doing some die cutting here. I've got some little pieces. These are just scraps. These are scraps that are bigger than the dies. That's all I can tell you. They're too big actually, but hey, they'll work. The bundle that we're using is the Impressions of Bloom bundle. This is part of a suite. So if you were buying 2 bundles and both the bundles were from a suite, or both from suites, then you would get one of them at half off. This one has some great floral dies in it, and we're going to bring in our die cutting machine here and cut a pretty flower and a leaf to decorate our card. So these dies are unique, and I'll show you why I say that. Now you might remember, do you guys remember this card that we made? Oh gosh, we made this at least a month ago. This was a pocket slider card that we made that had a little gift card in there, and that used the same designer series paper from the Floral Impression Suite and this same bundle, the Impressions of Bloom bundle. So let's go ahead and what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm telling you about the dies. So these dies are unique because they can be a single part or they can be 2 parts. So if I was doing the stamping the flower, I would use the outline of the die to die cut it out. But if I was just doing a die cut flower, which is what I'm going to do here, there's an insert piece that is going to cut little definitions into the flower. So I'm going to use these 2 pieces right here. I keep them inside of each other so that I remember that they go together. And that is going to be Strawberry Slush. Okay, let's pop that on here. There's our Strawberry Slush. And then we're going to do a center for this flower. The center for the flower is the same way. I could do just the outside of the center if I was going to stamp the image, which certainly could do. Or you can do the 2 pieces together, and that one's going to cut little definitions into that center. So I'm going to pop it on here. As you can see, this piece is way bigger than I need, but that's okay. All right, so I've got those 2, and then I also have a piece of, so this is Strawberry Slush, pretty in pink, and then I have a piece of garden green right here. And the garden green, I am using to die cut the leaf. So the leaf is, you have some options with the leaves. You can just do a leaf that cuts in the definition, or we have 2-part leaves that, again, the outside part will die cut the stamped image, or you can use it with the little insert piece to get a detailed leaf. So I like the versatility of these dies, how they can do either or. And there's also there's a duplicate die right here. The leaves, there's a duplicate. for both leaves, and then also these little sets of 3 flowers. There's doubles of those. So if you're building a whole bouquet, that really helps having the duplicates. So let's go ahead and pop this on here. Again, my little scrap piece is way bigger than I need, but that's okay. All right, we got that on there. Looks like everybody is lined up and ready. We're going to go ahead and die cut this. I could stick it down with the sticky note, but I'm going to just live dangerously and send it through. All right, here we go. Shout out to our moderator, Mary Nash. She's in the comments here on YouTube and dropping in all of the measurements and the products that I'm using. Thank you, Mary. We appreciate you. Sometimes I remember to tell her what I'm using, and sometimes I remember to tell her some of what I'm using, but not everything. So she is really quick off the mark. All right, there we go. Let's see what we got here. All right, so this was our leaf. Remember, it had the 2 parts. That's the little part that went inside, and this is the end result. Can you see the little slits that it cut in the leaf, like for the veins? So we've got our leaf. I'm going to just capture these. Some of these are really tiny and I don't want to lose them, so I'm going to get them right back on my magnet sheets. Now I get my magnet sheets from a company called Stampin' Storage, and you can find the link to that in most of the descriptions of my video. Not in the description of this video yet, but if you're watching the replay, I should have it up by now. But any of my other videos, just takes me a little while to get that up. Okay, let's pop out our center here. And just poke that out. This little part, this little die that cuts the impression is just teeny tiny. And I'm going to use my putty to get it back on my magnet sheet before I lose it. And then this is bigger, so I can just pop that around it. Okay, I've got that captured. Let's take a look at, well, I'm going to bring that back out here so you can see what 2 parts made that. I got ahead of myself there. So you can see the little insert to the circle there, and then can you see the little dashes, little dots that it made on the center of that flower? So that's for our flower center. And then one more is, of course, our flower out of strawberry slush. Let's pop that out. Let's see what that looks like here. So there's the die that made the little decorations. Can you see them there? I think you can if I tilt it just right. So there we have our flower out of strawberry slush. All right, so I'm going to pop this back on the magnet sheet, and oh, I got too close to that one. Okay, there we go. All right, excellent. All right, so I think I am done with this. Now this suite also comes with a beautiful embossing folder. You can look it up online by just looking for Floral Impressions. It also comes with these fantastic gems that we'll be using, which are the Strawberry Slush Pretty and Pink gems. What else does it come with? Oh, something that we're going to use that I haven't used yet, so I'm excited to use these. All right, I'm going to set the dies aside because I think I'm done with those. What am I looking for? Oh, here we go. So this bundle, or excuse me, this suite of products comes with these foiled frames and labels ephemera pack. Ephemera is just pre-die cut pieces that can decorate your card. This one comes with 2 sheets. Well, it comes with a total of 6 sheets, 2 of each design. So there's 2 of these shapes, 2 of these large shapes, and 2 sheets with these shapes. We're going to use this rectangle shape here. Now it comes with a rectangle, and then there's also a frame that I could punch out that's a little bit bigger than this if I just wanted to frame the flower, something like that. But I want to use this label for my my words. Now, of course, you could die cut a label, but this is even easier because they're done for you and they have that pretty gold edge on them. So yay for that. Hey, Linda, thanks for tuning in. All right, so we've got our, let's make a flower, you guys. I'm gonna grab my glue dots. Got all our die cut pieces here and our ephemera label, and we're gonna just flip over our pretty and pink flower center, and we're gonna pop that in the middle of our flower there. And then on my leaf, which is in garden green, I'm going to add a glue dot to the top side. On top of the base of the leaf, I've stuck a glue dot there. And I'm going to pop that just so that it's kind of peeking out behind my little flower there. All right, so there we built our little flower. And that's going to decorate that ephemera pack here. And I need a greeting. Okay, let's grab Impressions of Bloom here. And we're going to stamp thanks. Actually, I already got that one on a block. Should we say, let's see. I think we're going to say thanks for being there because I think thanks so very much may not fit. Let's find out. Let's find out. It looks a little bit longer than my label. I would have to rotate the label, which I don't want to do on this card. So, the gold rub-offs, I have used those once so far. And I think a Crafternoon card, I want to say. Yep, so very much is too wide. So I'm going to use the other one, thanks for being there. Or I could just do thanks. What do you guys think? Should I say thanks for being there or just thanks? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. And what, oh, I hit the camera, sorry, with my head. I do that sometimes. All right, so do you want to say just say thanks or thanks for being there? All right, got those two sort of on blocks. I mean, they're on blocks, but got 2 votes for thanks. I'm going to open up the Strawberry Slush ink pad. Let's see if we get any other votes. Thanks, thanks, thanks. All right, I think we're just doing, it looks like we're just going to use thanks. All right, from everyone that's voted so far, we're going to go with thanks. Excellent. We'll just use thanks. That way I can go either way, right? Thanks. So I'm going to just pull this towards me. I love the font on this. It is really pretty. All right, so I've stamped thanks on my pre-done label in Strawberry Slush ink. And I'm going to go ahead and close this up for now. And I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of my flower here. Am I? Yeah, I am. I'm going to put a dimensional on my flower. Just going to add some extra dimension to that. And we're just going to put that in the corner of our label right here. All right. Okay, so we've got our good start to our card. Now, don't worry, we're going to add some gems on here because we can, right, friends? All right, so let's grab our card and let's chat, friends. Let's chat what we want to do with our designer paper. Now, I haven't assembled this yet, so we're going to use our imagination. We're just figuring out our card layer before we stick everything together. All right, so I've got this tended portion here. So here's what I want to know. Do we want, this is the pattern we're using. It's actually the same, this is the flip side. I'm not saying that very well. So do we want to use it with the flowers on the outside and the slightly more neutral panel on the inside and put our little flower and thanks on there? Or do we want to do it the other way? Do we want to do, so that was A, that was option A, this is option B. Okay, you're going to vote here in a second. Option A was that one. Option B is the just kind of decorative pattern there on the outsides and the flowers on the inside. And I'm sorry, this is all crooked, but don't worry, it's just because it's not stuck down yet. And the label there. So that is option B. Okay, so I need you to tell me in the comments, are we going to go with A, which was this, A, or B, which was the opposite? All right, so let me know in the comments. I see some votes coming in here. Oh, looks like you guys are pretty decided on this. Very decisive tonight. We're going to go with option A, which is this one. We do have a couple votes for B. We have people tuning in on Facebook and on YouTube here, so you may not be seeing all of the votes, but it looks like the majority are voting for A. So A was with the pretty flowers on the outside and the more neutral on the inside. So you're probably thinking you don't want to cover up any of these pretty flowers. So that's what we're going to go with. So I'm going to stick these on before I put the tinted piece on. If you watched this video from Saturday, I forgot to do it. So I forgot to put these panels on before I started sticking things together. So it's easy to stick them in after the fact. It's just a little bit easier to do it beforehand. So let's grab our adhesive here. And I love this designer series paper too. Now this same pattern I used a couple months ago on the pop-up parade Crafternoon Fun Fold card here. And I use these same patterns, and yeah, they're just beautiful, especially with black. I wasn't expecting that. It was a nice surprise. So this one, we're not using black on it, but we sure could. Instead, we're going to go with gold, the prettiness of some gold. So I'm going to stick some adhesive on here and just go ahead and get these panels in place. I want the same amount of space on the side, the top, and the bottom. There's our spacing there. And then we'll do the same over here. All right. Do over here. Okay. All right, awesome. There we go. And then we're going to take, oh, I got adhesive on my nails. Wouldn't you know? All right, so we've got that piece on there. Now we can go ahead and assemble our card base here. We're going to attach this tinted piece. So I'm going to put some adhesive here, and I don't want to get too high up. I've got about 1 inch of room, so plenty of room to add a couple bands of adhesive at the bottom. And then I'm going to line that up with the bottom part of my that bottom flap on the front of the card base. And I'm just looking to see if I have about the same amount of space on the left and right. You know, you can measure it if you want. I'm never that. I just eyeball it and just kind of split the difference so that you've got the two little pieces there. They're almost like squares if you get it spot on. I'm going to go a little bit over to the right here. There we go. That looks right to me. All right, so I've just attached that tinted piece to the front step of our step fold card here, and then I'm going to open it up. I'm going to just flip the whole thing over, lay it flat, and I'm going to put some adhesive here on the opposite end. Now this one I have a lot more space, you know, so I can add more adhesive. I can go up higher than I could on the front. Don't want to get carried away. I don't want any here, but that's plenty to hold it together. So I'm going to just hold this flat and just line this up so that it's flush with that bottom edge. And then press it down right there. There we go. All right, so we've got our card shaping up here, and now we can go ahead and add this panel onto the front of our card right here. Oh my goodness, I'm getting adhesive on the table. What is going on here? All right, so I've got this some adhesive on here. And we're going to put this, oh, I forgot to give you the dimensions on these. I'm so sorry. All right, this piece right here is 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. And these two pieces are 1 inch by 4 1/4. All right. So this one is once again 2 1/4 by 4 1/2. All right, got that stuck on there. And then we're going to go ahead and add this. And I'm actually going to pop this up on dimensionals. Again, I already popped the flower up on dimensionals. If that's too much dimension for you, you could attach the flower with glue dots and then just put the label up on dimensionals, your choice. I like lots of dimension. I don't mind throwing on an extra postage stamp. So yeah, I was just down at the tree farm helping my mom, and God, who knows? I don't know what I did. You know, it's a little rough down on the farm, I guess. So it's all good. I'm just debating on where I want to put this. I'm going to center it actually. So it's kind of almost lined up with the top of the card base. You could do it either way, right? You could do whatever you want. All right, then we're going to add a ribbon to the bottom here. So this is where we need to vote again, friends. So let's see. I've got two options for you. Now remember, this frame has gold around it. In fact, let's go ahead and add our embellishments because that might help us decide. Why did it sticky all over my desk here? Oh my goodness, Susan. Seriously, what are we going to do with me? I've got an adhesive eraser here, and I have a blob of adhesive on here. I'm just going to get that off. All right. So we have two ribbon choices. So we have this gold. Oh, wait. I got ahead of myself. We're going to add our gems. Let's add our gems. So these are the Strawberry Slush Pretty in Pink gems, but they also come with these clear gems that have gold flecks in them. And I think that's going to be, I'm thinking the clear for this. Let's see what that looks like. I'm open to changing my, I'm open to changing that if you don't like it, but let's give it a go here. And I think those are just a little more neutral, and so then our flower can really shine, but you could certainly go with the pinks as well. Totally fine either way. All right, so I've got some gems on there. Now we're going to add a ribbon on the bottom, and here is my question. Do we want to do the gold striped mesh ribbon at the bottom here and play up that gold? Oh, excuse me, Mercy is demanding entrance. One moment, please. Hi, Mercy. Come on in. Hurry up. Yeah, you missed the whole video. Where were you? She was off having a snooze somewhere and missed all the fun. Here we have the mesh, gold stripe mesh, so we can wrap that around and tie a bow. Or we could go with Strawberry Slush and play up that bright pink for the flower. I'm not sure. Let's try both and see what we think. All right, so let's wrap this around. I'm getting a very cold, wet dog nose on my leg. I think she wants to climb up here and say hello to you guys. That's what I think she wants. All right. There we go. All right. You guys are leaning towards Strawberry Slush. Let's try them both and see what we think here. This is the gold striped one. Yeah, I think maybe Strawberry Slush is the way to go too. Let's see what we think. All right, that's with the gold. We would, of course, cut the tails off. That is pretty. All right, let's slide that off. All right, and then let's try the Strawberry Slush and see what we think. Some of you are saying both, some of you are saying either. The Strawberry Slush is a faux linen ribbon. I don't know why it's faux. I guess it's fake linen. I don't know. It's not real linen thread, but anyway. It looks like linen. Hi, Mercy. What is your problem, babe? Got a helpful dog. Not so helpful here. All right. Twist that around. Let's see here. Okay, we got our Strawberry Slush. Let's give that a trim. That was the overwhelming vote favorite was the Strawberry Slush. All right, so let's see what that looks like. So there's our Strawberry Slush ribbon. The other thing we could do, all right, come here. What is your problem? All right, do you want to say hi? There, this is Mercy. She's not a crafter, but that's her nose. All right. Oh, you okay? There you go. All right, why don't you get in your bed and lay down? Here you go. Come here. She wants something. Okay, sorry guys. We could do white, which is what we did on this card, was we used the white. White would look nice. What do you guys think? You think the strawberry slush, well, it does pop more than the gold. I agree. Let's try changing out the gems since we're changing that. Let's try putting some pink in here and see if we like that better. So I'm going to take off the gold and I'm going to go with the lighter. I'm going to try Pretty in Pink. I mean, it already looks good, right? So it's all just personal choice at this stage of the game. So, oh, I do like it better with the pink, I have to say. You guys think? All right, so that's with the Pretty in Pink. Let's see what Strawberry Slush looks like while we're playing with this here. All right, Strawberry Slush is definitely the winner for the ribbon. Okay, so feeling pretty good about that. Let's try the Strawberry Slush on the gems. And see, yeah, I think I like that a little bit bolder, maybe. So that's with the Strawberry Slush gems. I mean, either is nice, right? It's really kind of personal preference, I guess, at this point. Why don't you guys let me know which one you like better? Is the strawberry, the pink, or the clear? And while you're voting on that, I'm going to go ahead and stamp on the inside of my card here because I forgot to do that. So I'm going to use the I Appreciate You sentiment from the Impressions of Bloom. That's this one right here. Either pink for the gems. Yes, on the Strawberry Slush, you liked a little bit darker. Okay, I'm going to ink up I Appreciate You. Arlene says, that's a go. So we got a winner. She says, we're done here. All right, let's go ahead and stamp this right on here. Sorry guys, I have to pull it towards me so that I don't get it too crooked. So I Appreciate You right there. And of course, you could stamp the flower on the inside of the card. Hey, let's do that. Oh, oops, just got ink on my hands. Well, that's okay. That means that I'm working hard. Or hardly working, one or the other. So let's grab our stamp here and just give these a quick go here. Okay. Do I want that one or the textured one? Maybe I want both. Let's try both. Okay, let's give it a go. So I've got, that's like the textury part, and this is like the solid part. So let's try stamping. Let's see, I need a scrap paper, guys. Hang on. Got one right here, just waiting to be called into play here. So let's grab this. Oh, come on, you. Wants to stick to me instead of the block. Okay. All right, let's. You like the darker battery? It matches. Does match the ribbon. Yeah, yep. So, all right. So then on the inside of our card, we're just going to stamp the flower real quick. So I'm going to take Strawberry Slush, and I'm going to ink up the solid part of the flower, stamp it off on my scrap paper, and stamp it on the card here. Whoops, I missed part. That's okay. I say that's okay, and then I want to line it up and press harder. There we go. Should be using my cushion again, shouldn't I? Did I cover you up with my head? Sorry. Sorry about that. All right, and then let me just test this out. I think it goes like this. So this is where I get in trouble with the two-step. I'm remembering now I like to do the darker one first so I can see it better, but that kind of worked. So I did full strength on the Strawberry Slush there. And then for the center, if I want to match the one on the front, that was Pretty in Pink. So I'm going to try Pretty in Pink full strength in just the kind of the polka dot design there, right there. So there I have my little flower on the inside. So you can see that the same die that we cut out our flower with matches this stamped image here. So we just have a little extra flower on the inside, or of course you could put a strip of the Designer Series paper either one would work. Let's close that up, and we have a card. Let me bring in the measurements here so you guys can get a screenshot on our card. And then here's the one from Saturday. So same fold, just different. This one is embossed panels, and this one is designer paper. And of course you could mix and match. You could put designer paper in the center and embossed panels on the sides, right? So let's bring in our measurements here for our faux step fold card, and I'm just going to kind of spread it out as far as I can so that you can get the front of the card in the picture, but also maybe see that dimension. Oh, there's that crazy wacky. I have one take your pick tool that likes to roll around my desk. All right, have I tidied everything up? I think I have. All right, there's your dimensions for the screenshot. I can go ahead and zoom that up a little bit here. There we go, and there we have our card. Yay, we did it, you guys. You're awesome. Thank you for all of your input there on our card. I think it's beautiful and a perfect thank you card to send out, right? I am going to flip the camera here, and I'm going to see if Miss Mercy would like to, come here. Do you want to say hi? Come on. Well, now you're napping. Okay, come here. All right. Let me flip to the right camera. There we go. I think I got it. Okay. This is Mercy. You can see all of her and not just her nose here. So thank you so much for making and sending handmade cards. You're absolutely making the world a kinder place with every card that you send. And I appreciate you all so much. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Crafternoon this month will be on Saturday, June 21st at 3 p.m. Central Time. If you placed a qualifying order for Crafternoon last month, then your packet's going to be going out this week. And if you would like to get a packet in the mail for next month's Crafternoon, just place your order in my online store here in June for Stampin' Up! Product. And then you'll get a packet to make the July Fun Fold card. Whippets are not really lapdogs, are you? You're kind of heavy for that. They're light enough you can pick them up, but you don't want to hold them for too long. Take care, everyone. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. All right, Mercy, we got to say goodbye.